The Electoral College system, the U.S. president is not elected by the popular vote but by the Electoral College. Each state is assigned a certain number of electoral votes based on its population. There are 538 total electoral votes, and a candidate needs 170 electoral votes to win the presidency. Most states allocate their electoral votes on a winner-takes-all basis, meaning the candidate who wins the most votes in a state gets all of its electoral votes. Some states, like Maine and Nebraska, use a proportional system, but these are exceptions. Battleground states. In any presidential election, certain states are more competitive and often decide the outcome. These states are typically referred to as battleground or swing states. They do not have a clear partisan tilt and can go either to the Republican or Democratic candidate. In 2020, states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Arizona were crucial in securing Joe Biden's victory. For Trump to win in 2024, he would need to regain ground in several of these states or flip other Democratic-leaning states back to the Republican column. Here's how Trump could win the election in 2024. Winning key battleground states, Trump could focus on states that are crucial to the outcome of the election, such as Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. These states were key in 2016, where Trump won by narrow margins. In 2020, Biden flipped these states back to the Democrats. Georgia and Arizona, these southern and western states, were closely contested in 2020, with Biden winning Arizona and Trump losing Georgia for the first time in decades. Florida and North Carolina, traditionally more Republican-leaning but still competitive. Mobilizing the base, Trump would likely focus on energizing his core voter base, particularly in states with large rural populations and older voters who supported him in 2016 and 2020. States like Ohio, Iowa, and Florida are vital for Trump as they have relatively large numbers of electoral votes and have trended Republican in recent elections. Shifting public opinion in swing states, Trump would need to convince independent voters and moderates in battleground states, particularly in places like Michigan and Wisconsin, where his policies on issues like the economy and trade might resonate. He might also need to push back against Biden's policies, arguing for a return to the America First agenda and focusing on issues like immigration, job creation, and law enforcement. Voter turnout. A critical factor in any election is voter turnout. Trump's campaign would likely focus on getting a high turnout from his base, particularly older, rural, and white working-class voters, while also trying to suppress opposition turnout in states like Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia. This is a general framework for how Trump could win the 2024 election, but much would depend on the specific political dynamics in the lead-up to the vote.